so we're back from the Philippines and I'm tired. And I feel like we have a lot to talk about, I have a lot to say, but I also have a lot to do today, so I want to run through them really quickly and then get on my way. So we got back about a week and a half ago and I'm still adjusting to the time difference. So tired, haven't really been sleeping a lot. So we got back a week and a half ago. Oh, that was weird. The camera turned off. Okay, so we got back a week and a half ago. The last time that I filmed was when we were in Singapore, and I actually had planned to film in the Philippines in my town when we went back home, but I wanted to just... Is it blurry? Okay. I wanted to just take that time and just be with my family and spend as much time with them as possible with no distractions. So I ended up not filming at all. And I didn't even film the... Why is that happening? I didn't even film the return trip home, which I had planned on. I actually picked out the music and everything. It's pretty sad. You would have cried. But the reason why I didn't film it is because I didn't want to cry. Well, no, the reason that I didn't film it is because, not that I didn't want to cry, it's because I was gonna cry a lot and that would have just been awkward. And if I had filmed myself while I was, actually that would have been a good distraction for me. But anyway, if I had filmed, my thought was if I had filmed while I was going back home on the plane and traveling, is that I wouldn't be in the moment and not feeling what I needed to feel, and I would just be too distracted, and by the time, and when I got home, like all these emotions would come flooding to me and I just wouldn't have time to process it. Well, I just need to, I have so many feelings, guys. So I didn't film it and I ended up actually crying a lot, and when I got home I cried a lot too. So when I got back home, or when we got back home, Jabron actually went back to work immediately the next day. I don't go back to work for a little bit more. I actually have some time before I go back to work, but I'm just really tired. I'm not sleeping well. Jabron has adjusted better than I have, but he's always been good about sleeping. He just sleeps whenever he wants to, and I always have trouble sleeping. Yesterday I actually was functioning on an hour and a half of sleep. So that was not fun. And keep in mind, I also gained like 10 pounds while I was in the Philippines. So I'm trying to restrict my portions after being like used to eating so much for like a month and a half. So yesterday I was tired, I was hungry, I was sleepy, I was hangry. I just wanted to like eat everything and yell at everything, but I couldn't do that because we had to wake up early to review some of the information that I got from the new house, which I'll talk about soon, in a little bit actually, so that we could prepare for our walkthrough with our builder later that day yesterday. So we woke up in the morning, went through all the information so that we could be prepared for the meeting later on that morning, which is yesterday. Oh yeah, so woke up at 6, Jabron got in actually at midnight the night before. I was up when he got home, and we didn't wake up at 6. Jabron woke up at 6 because I woke him up because I had been up for like the whole night since he got home at midnight. I went to the dentist. Oh, Invisalign update. Last time I was here, I actually put on, well, last time I was in the US, I put on my very last Invisalign tray. And, okay, hang on. Let me just stop this because this is bothering me. Hold on. Okay, this is what's bothering me. So I'm gonna record. You're on camera. So I'm gonna record, and then after a while this shuts off and all I have is this.
I don't know.
It's not doing it right now.
Okay.
Should I just turn it off and turn it back on?
Yeah, it usually helps.
Okay. God dang it! Okay. Okay, I'm back after some technical difficulties. While I was at the dentist, I had an Invisalign update. The last time I was here, I put on the last tray. So, usually you put on the last tray for however long that tray is supposed to be. Oh, the monitor turned off again, Jabron. See? It turned off again. I'm never gonna get done this way. Okay, see? It turned off. It had like a thing that says monitor will turn off on the viewfinder.
Okay, I've never seen that. It's some display setting. Display. I don't know.
Okay, so I think this should be good. So Invisalign, typically you put on your last tray, put it on for however long that you're supposed to have it on, go back to the dentist, and then they determine whether you need to do refinement. But since I put on my last tray on the way to the Philippines, I actually had to wear that the whole time I was there, which sucks. So I had them on for 5.5 weeks, came back here for another week and a half, went back to the dentist yesterday, and monitor display is off. Okay, it doesn't matter because it is still working. I'm recording. Okay, so I'm back to the dentist yesterday for my appointment to see if I was if I'm happy with everything. Told them that one of my teeth is not rotating and my bite is off, so it's making contact. My teeth are making contact on this side but not anywhere else, which makes it really hard to eat, by the way, especially like crunchy things and steak. Because you can't chew it. So we determined yesterday that I needed to do some more refinement trays. So they took some more impressions of my teeth and my bite, and they are sending that to Invisalign so that they can make more trays for me. And I have to wear these trays, the last trays, for now until I get the new ones back. I don't have them on right now, just in case you were wondering. And then once I get those trays, I have to wear them again. Luckily, I'm on a 1-week schedule now, so really good. I'm hoping that it won't take any more than like 4 or 5. I'm hoping for 3 actually. But they said that it could probably be like 5 or 6 in order to fix the bite, but it could be more. I don't see it being more because I started off with really good teeth anyway, and yeah. So Invisalign, and then what else? Oh yeah. So you might be wondering why I have these white things on here. I don't know if you can see. I have these white things on the corner of my mouth, and you've probably been looking at it and thinking, why is this girl talking on YouTube, talking in front of the camera on YouTube, or putting herself on YouTube? You know what I mean. Why is this girl putting herself on YouTube with white stuff at the corner of her mouth? Well, it's not because I'm a rabid dog. I do not have rabies. It is because while I was in the Philippines, I don't think I was drinking enough water. So the corners of my mouth cracked, and it would heal and then come back. It would heal and then come back. And then I looked it up, and it was actually called angular cheilitis. And what it is when the corners of your mouth crack, and then you could possibly develop some infection, possibly yeast, which is a fungus. So when I was there, I didn't have any antifungal cream, and I didn't really want to go to the doctor there because I wasn't familiar with the medical system, even though my mom's a nurse and she lives there. So I had some prescription steroid cream that I have for my eczema, which I only have right here, which is new, by the way. So I ended up putting that on, and it made it go away, but it would come back. So when I got back home, it cracked again. So I had some antifungal cream, Lotrimin, which is what you use for ringworm, because initially what I had back here, I thought it was ringworm, which is not, and I realized it was eczema. So the 2 creams that I got for my eczema I actually ended up using for my angular cheilitis. So what I did when I got home was I was alternating between the antifungal and then the steroid, and then it went away and then it came back. And I think one component that I wasn't doing is because since I was alternating it, I wasn't giving it time to dry, because with fungal infections you need to give it time to be dry, because fungus grows in dark mold areas, and because it's in the corner of the mouth and it's not getting a lot of sun, and there's saliva there, so there's moisture. I wasn't the yeast was thriving. So what I started doing earlier this week was I was mixing the 2 on my hand, and then I was applying it to both, which and then it started healing, but after a few days I just wanted to make sure that it didn't come back again. So I ended up going to the doctor, and the doctor said you're doing exactly what I would have recommended. So I paid however much my copay is just to hear that I was right. So that's what this is. So I put it on twice a day. If you have angular cheilitis, just make sure to apply a steroid to ward off the inflammation. I don't know if you heard that. I'll talk more about that later. Started to ward off the inflammation, and the antifungal to treat the yeast. Oh, and make sure it's dry. So I haven't been putting lip balm on, and in case you're wondering why my lips are dry and I don't have lipstick on, it's because of that. So I'm trying to keep it dry, trying to keep it treated, and my lips are dry. So in order to combat that, I am having to drink lots of water. What else? I feel like there's so much to say. So you know how when you're on vacation, and vacation is supposed to be relaxing, but in reality it's not relaxing because you have a lot of things to do that you're not used to doing, so you end up being really tired, and you have a lot of things to do. Yeah, you have a lot of things to do that you really want to do, and you're not used to doing as many things in your day as possible because you're trying to fit everything that you want to do in that time span that you're there. So vacation ends up being more like a non-vacation. Like, you know how you say you need a vacation from your vacation? So imagine that, but multiply it by 6 weeks. So that's what I had. I was so tired when I got back home. I'm not sleeping well. And you know how when you get back from vacation, you just want to come home to a nice relaxing place that you're familiar with, where all of the amenities that you're used to are there, and just be home. That didn't happen for us because since we are moving, we're actually supposed to move the week after we got back, which was this weekend, but they got delayed. But since we originally thought that was going to happen, we had started packing right before we left for the Philippines. So our place was a mess before we left, and when we got back home, it was still a mess. And since we're moving next week, we have to pack. We haven't really kept up with cleaning up the place since we've been back. So that's why bed's a mess, everything else is a mess, and we are packing today. That's why I told you that there's so much to do, because now we have to pack, and we are gonna go look at appliances. I've already picked out a dryer, and we're also going to buy a fridge. Or we're not gonna buy the fridge, we're gonna look at the fridge. Wait, no, we've already picked out the washer dryer, and then we're gonna go check out a refrigerator. So we're gonna go to the store, take a look at them. We've already narrowed it down, possibly to 1 or 2. But we're gonna go take a look at them today, in the midst of all this packing. And then we're gonna try to sneak in a movie. Did I take a breath that whole time? Because I feel like I'm out of breath. I feel like I said that whole thing in one breath. Like even the parts where I had to stop the camera. Oh my god. I'm so tired just by filming this. So let's go ahead and start packing. Okay, so here's my makeup area. It's obviously a mess. This corner is a mess. Dresser is a mess. So we didn't, we're saving the bedroom for last because we obviously have to use it up until we leave. The closet too. But this is what we came home to. Look at all this mess. Oh my god. Okay, so all of these boxes that you see, we packed these like the last few weeks that we were here before we left. So we've been living with this since June. And we came home to this. So now we have to pack everything. Oh, there's no sun. Why is there no light? Oh, it's really dark. Let me turn it on. I like a lot of light, so let me turn on the light here. Oh, that's nice. There was a bra on the kitchen counter, so just embarrassing myself. Well, actually not. Okay. Okay, so yes, so now we have to pack. Jabron already took the TV off the wall, and we're gonna pack the rest of the things here in the living area, and then A lot of the, most of the things in the cupboards have already been packed. We're just gonna continue doing that. Okay, so now we are gonna pack everything. This is one of those things where you really have to be in that mental space to do it, but we're also at that point in the process where you've done so much already, but you just want to turn around and make it all stop. I'm already tired just thinking about it. And I really wish I could just put on some lip balm right now. Dang you, angular cheilitis. What are we gonna start with, Javon?
Clothing, bedroom.
Okay, so then if we're gonna start with the bedroom, first thing I need to do is set aside the clothes that I'm gonna use for the week. Luckily, I am starting work this week, so I will be wearing scrubs. Just find the scrubs that we've already packed already, because I thought that I wasn't gonna be able to use them before we move, but no, I have to find them. So we packed up the scrubs, and luckily I labeled the boxes. So the first box that we got from the closet is actually my scrubs. And we know that because of the labels, so yay, don't have to do much work. This is kind of like an unboxing. Technically it is, because I'm unboxing things. It's not actually a real unboxing. I don't think you'd be delighted to see what I have in here. Okay, that was easy. What's on my phone? Lucky. So glad that that's done. Ooh, okay, text. So now what I'm gonna do is put all the boxes together because we're gonna use all of them today. Here are the boxes, and then Javon's getting the boxes.
I know we've been through a lot, holding hands while screaming at each other. And I don't know how to start, but I still love you like I do.
I'm trapped in the sea of boxes. There's boxes here, boxes there, box there. Oh my god, so many boxes. Okay, so now I gotta wrap my head around everything and see what we need to start with. Oh yeah, my clothes.
It breaks my heart, no texts, no calls from you. It's like you could shake this off, but you're not that tough with me. So run away with me, come home with me tonight. Run away with me, it'd be worth the time. Run away with me, I made you feel alright. Run away with me, and I'll be good this time around. I'll be good.
So lucky that my shoes, most of my shoes fit in this box. So now we're gonna pack it up. So now I have to put more shoes in a box. I didn't realize I have this many. These are my heels that I got married in. Got married in here. Almost done. That is my wedding dress. I don't know what I'm gonna do with those. My original intention was to resell it, but no one's gonna buy this dress, and I'm never gonna wear it. So the rest, like these, you see these are gonna be hanging, and I've already set these aside to either donate or sell, so I don't want to mix them back in again. And then just some Christmas things. These are things that we already packed before. And some more of Javon's clothes. So we are making progress. So we're pretty much done with the bedroom. Everything else is just like odds and ends, and like my makeup stuff, I'll do that on my own later. But right now I think we're gonna pack up the kitchen. So let's go, or the rest of the kitchen anyway. So let's see what we got. We're doing the kitchen, right? Do we have enough boxes, Javon? Oh, this lighting is terrible. Do we have enough boxes, Javon?
3 giant ones, 2 small ones.
Okay.
That should do everything. I have enough bags for electronics.
Okie dokie.
I do. Oh, it breaks your heart. No text, no calls from me. I thought I could shake this off, but I'm not that tough with you. So run away with me. Come home with me tonight. Run away with me. It'd be worth the time. Run away with me.
Okay, so we're currently going through our pantry and figuring out what needs to be thrown away and what we need to pack up. We're finding things that we haven't seen in a long time. Like, well, we've seen this before, but this is really grody. It's Valentina sauce, and it's supposed to be red. It's not supposed to be this yucky color, so this obviously has to go.
I make you feel alright. Run away with me, and I'll be good this time around.
Since I'm so Filipino vinegar. It's actually made of coconut something. It's coconut vinegar. Cane vinegar, water, clouding agent. Cane vinegar? I don't know what that is.
I'll be good this time. I'll be good this time. I'll be good this time. Run away with me.
Okay, our massive tea collection that has gone awry. So we actually, this is Arabic tea, I think. I think there's Arabic writing right there. And then our Thai tea, which we use all the time. We actually make Thai tea all the time. I drink it almost every day. And then more drink stuff. These are teas that we got from Tivana. And then other stuff.
Look at Abara. All the way up there like a monkey. Cleaning.
A monkey?
Something. She wants to do it because she's afraid I'm going to get hurt up there, since I always get hurt doing everything. So she won't let me.
And luckily we work in home care, so we have these spare masks on, because if I work with dust too much, can you hear me? I'm not sure if you can hear me. If I work with dust too much, I get sick. Red Solo Cup is good for more than just drinking alcohol. Kitchen is pretty much packed. All the stuff that's in there, and right here, probably gonna be using this week before we move. And now we just have to clean up. Look at all this mess. We're taking a break. So now is a time where we are gonna go out and do stuff. We are gonna go get a couple more boxes, and then we're gonna make a stop at Home Depot. Then go look at the refrigerators again, then go to the movies. So we actually planned on getting our appliances at Costco, because the Costco is really literally across the street. But we saw that Best Buy will price match, so we're gonna go over there and take a look at them. We were there yesterday, so they're probably gonna be like, you were just here, are you gonna spend money now? No, we're gonna wait until next week. And I packed all my shoes. So I'm wearing flip-flops, and I'm actually used to them now, because the whole time we were in the Philippines I didn't wear anything but flip-flops, except for like on a few days when I had to wear shoes. So yeah, my feet are free, and they're tan too. This is probably going to be one of the last times where we will be driving out of our driveway or our garage. This is the last week we're living here. I've mentioned Costco a lot in my videos because Costco is that building right there. So you actually just get out of the garage and it's right across the street. And I'm gonna miss this Costco gas station because it's so cheap.
While screaming at each other, and I don't know how to stop, but I still love you like I do.
They did not have what we were looking for. It's a box store. Luckily the box store is just right there. But we're gonna drive anyway because we're trying to save time. We're trying to save time to get all this done quickly and then get to the movies because the movies has a show time. Like it's in the same shopping center. So, ooh, taco truck. So you know how? Oops. You know how they're. You know how? Okay, that's a real taco truck. So you know how those food trucks are really popular? Like those are the original food trucks. I mean, I'm not sure, but they had those long before food trucks were trendy. Where's the box store?
Here.
Half price boxes. Oh, is this guy leaving?
It breaks my heart, no text, no calls from you. Without you, could shake this off, but you're not that tough.
Now we're going to Best Buy to go look at refrigerators. Luckily, they're all like within this area, so I'm gonna miss this area. Everything is right here.
An extra 15-minute drive down 610 to get here.
So run away with me, come home with me tonight. Run away with me.
So high tech.
Manage your home and your life.
Oh, and it's talking to me. Gotta go.
It'd be worth the time. Run away with me. I made you feel alright. Run away with me, and I'll be good this time around.
Like I said, we were there yesterday, and then after we came home, we did some more research and thought that we had narrowed it down to 2, possibly even 1 refrigerator. But we came here and found another one that we like, and I feel like I prefer this one more than the other one. What do you think?
Me too. I think I do too.
So the problem is that the model that we saw at the store is a higher end one, and the one that we want to get is not as higher end, so we haven't seen that one yet. So we want to take a look at it in person before we buy it. So now we have to go find it, right?
Yes, we do.
I feel like I prefer that one, right?
I like it too. It's really nice.
So the first one that we thought we were gonna get, we thought we were gonna be getting a Samsung, and the one that we saw that we really like is a KitchenAid. And KitchenAid isn't even one of the ones that we were researching. That's not one of the ones that I was researching last night. So I think our options were like LG, KitchenAid, and Samsung. Oh wait, no. What did I say? LG, GE, and Samsung. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about KitchenAid at all. The Home Depot is actually down the street. We have some time to go before the movie theater, so we're gonna try to see if they have a refrigerator here. Okay, so this is not the exact one that we were looking for, but the interior is gonna be similar. So the one that we were looking for doesn't have this. This is all like one big. Oh wait, doesn't have this. This is all one big thing. They did not have the refrigerator that we were looking for. But we did realize that the Samsung one that's in the running is much cheaper here. Well, not much cheaper. It's cheaper by $100. So that's something to think about. Now we are going to the movies. and I'll see you guys after that. And we're back! A dinosaur story! Does anyone remember that movie? Thumbs up if you do. So, we just got back from the movie. Yeah, we just got back from the movie. Oh, I don't know if I remember to tell you what movie we were watching. We went to go see Ant-Man and the Wasp, which was really good. Oh, there's something in my pocket. It's lint. Okay, so now we are back and we have to continue packing. So we're gonna pack for the rest of the evening, I believe. What else? So we did a load in the dishwasher right before we left, so that should be ready. I'm gonna pack that, and then Jabon is gonna pack his toilet stuff, and then I don't know what else. Maybe get some sleep. I actually need to edit a video because this video was supposed to come out last week, and I didn't edit it. Okay, so I need to do that. So I'm gonna edit a video tonight if I have time and the energy. So yeah, let's get packing. By the way, sometimes when I film my videos, you can see that I start like at this good angle, this very flattering angle right here, and then it starts to like move this way. I know it's happened a couple times today. Part of the reason is this camera plus the lens are heavy, and when I'm not paying attention and I'm not really concentrating and I'm talking to Jabon like this, or I'm doing something, I start to like lower my arm because it's so heavy that it just like ends up doing that. Right now, okay, gotta switch. Whew, that's a workout. I gotta weigh this and see how much it weighs. So if you have any suggestions for a good camera, or no, a good lens for, I have the Lumix G, let me know, because this is really heavy. The Lumix G, I need a good lens for filming.
I did it this time. Run away with me, come home with me tonight. Run away with me.
I hate this light, this yellow light. Okay. 3 boxes here, and then where's the other one?
2 and 3.
Oh, 2 boxes there, and then that one. Okay. So try to put things in there. Got it.
Run away with me, I made you feel alright. Run away with me, and I'm
Alright, so it looks like we're pretty much done. We're gonna wrap up some of the things, some odds and ends for tonight, and then I'm gonna take a shower. I'm too tired. I don't think I'm gonna be able to edit the video. So what else? Oh yeah, that's it. So everything that I mentioned below, if I mentioned anything, I'm going to make sure to include them in the description description box down below, like the any of the videos for my trips. What else? I think that's it. So yeah, all the videos for my trips I'm going to include down below. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you feel like it. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.